This video is probably going to be pretty short because I have been working hard on the House of Leaves video and it isn't going to be ready this week, so here's some of the contractually obligated Fear and Hunger lore. This topic I've thought about for a while and I just haven't had a reason to make it because of how short the topic is. Now it's as good a time as any for it. If you like this video and all these lore videos, make sure you like this video because it helps the channel out a lot. Also, if you have any lore content you'd like to see, make sure to comment it and it might be in the next video. Anyway, I love you and here's the lore. When you are playing Fear and Hunger 1, you're going to be going down the rabbit hole of the Dungeon of Fear and Hunger. You'll start in the dungeon, then go deeper into the mine, then go deeper into an even deeper dungeon, and if you use a special key, you can go even deeper. Here you will find it, HABRE, or HABRE, the City of the Gods, the Ancient City, HABRE. There are many names for this ancient city that is seemingly impossibly underground. But what is HABRE? Why is it so deep underground? How was there a sun? What was it made for? Who was it made for? Why are there these golems here? Let's talk about it. HABRE was created a long time ago. We don't exactly know when. It has to have been an inordinate amount of time ago. This city was either made directly by the old gods or for people in worship of the old gods. This was in a time where the only gods that people widely worshipped were the old gods. They worshipped Gro-Goroth, Sylvian, Rare, the god of the depths, and probably Venushka. This was during a time when the old gods were still around the earth, as not long after, the old gods would have left the earth alone, and we'll get to why they left in a minute. But this city was originally created to worship them. The city was like this for a long time, and the old gods favored the city and its worship quite a lot. So much so that they even appointed a king. The king's name is unknown, but we do know he has some relation to the old gods, and he was eventually the king of all humanity. We don't know a whole lot about this king, but I've heard theories like he is the one who either discovered or created the Golden Throne and became a new god, or perhaps created or discovered it and made sure no one wanted to use it by creating two swords. This king, however, was fully aligned with the old gods, and when they left, he did too. During his reign, however, he created two artifacts that you can find. One of which is the Red Virtue Sword, which is wielded by the Heartless One, or whatever her name is going to be in the next update. The super boss in Fear and Hunger 2. The other one is not confirmed. However, I personally believe it is the Blue Sin from the first Fear and Hunger game. I'm almost 100% sure it is this. Think about it. There is no way the name is a coincidence. Red Virtue is legitimately the direct opposite of the name Blue Sin. Virtue is also the opposite of sin, and red is kind of the opposite of blue. In addition to this, the only way to get the Blue Sin in Fear and Hunger 1 is by using the book The Passages of HABRE. The reason being if you grab it in the mines will collapse. After these two relics were made, humans started losing faith in the old gods. Certain ambitious humans thought they could reach the heights of the old gods themselves with the secrets of HABRE. It is unknown how long ago these humans did this, but it's more than likely been thousands of years. Many humans took the ideas of the old gods and attempted to use them to become gods themselves, particularly through the Golden Throne. They would transform the city into be a bastion for the new gods afterwards, and no longer the old gods. Around here, or perhaps quite a bit before, the old gods became either dissatisfied or felt betrayed by the corruption of their city, so they left. But traces of them were left behind, as the old gods are almost a force of nature themselves, so you can't fully get rid of them. Several new gods later would transform the city more and more. Libraries would be erected, torture castles, towers that invoke dreams, as well as a whole decadent golden palace for no reason other than greed. In the year 809, 5 people learned of this ancient city, those people being Chambra, Francois, Nostramus, Nilvian, and Voltaire. They found a rune where the city was buried. This fellowship did succeed and found this city, and 4 of the 5 became new gods. In the book describing the fellowship, it describes HABRE as a hub for multiple different planes of existence, and where man could meet his maker. It is truly the city of the gods, old and new. Later on, treasure hunters and tomb raiders would find this place, and would loot it and find millions in treasure. Obviously, the Red Virtue and Blue Sin had to have been gotten out of the city somehow. There's also tons of books in the Grand Library, which was built by Betel the Enlightened One. Who knows what is actually even in this library? Tons of hidden knowledge, including texts on how to become enlightened. Other texts involve the Necronomicon of Gro-Goroth, as well as plenty of others. The looters probably also have looted the Francois the Dominating One's golden palace. It is made of pure gold after all. Plenty of other things have been done here in the streets of HABRE. Several gods of enlightenment, or perhaps every god of enlightenment, and I have a theory on that for another video, but all of them have tried to create life in this city. Sure, they've made golems, but they've never really created life itself yet. The closest perhaps might be the blood golems that can retain sentience. However, the city itself is full of knowledge, as well as plenty of wealth to lure in treasure hunters. At some point, either very early or very recently, the city was locked behind a door in the Dungeon of Fear and Hunger, only accessible by using the Cube of the God of the Depths, or just the Cube of the Depths for short. Not only this, there are devices in the ancient city that were erected that take the cube which can seemingly turn back time. If this actually happens and it actually allows you to time travel, I don't know, but I doubt it. It almost seems like it's an echo of the past. However, the new gods are there as they used to be in this echo, so I'm not exactly sure how time works here. The new gods themselves are even confused, it seems. However, the people that were once walking these streets are just shadows in these echoes. The sun seemingly does not give off warmth, and the text in-game says the cold rays of the sun beat down on your face and give no warmth. If you ask the new gods about their city, they will give this quick summary. The city of the gods. Once we took over the city from the older gods, we decided to reside here. Still, some remnants of the older gods still linger in the city. Time and space do not follow the same rules here. The sun doesn't warm you, and death is not the same once you walk these streets. In the present, however, the city is overgrown and left to disrepair and forgotten. To end this short video off, I feel like I should mention one of my favorite tracks in the whole series plays here, if you are in the Echo of the Past. I talk about all my favorite music here in this video on screen that you can watch, but this one is so eerily calm. It makes me feel like I'm seeing the end of something, but the next thing never comes. I am constantly reliving the end of this city, or of just life itself, over and over. The second part of the song, which is called HABRE Streets, by the way, and is the one you are hearing in the background right now, is sad, almost. There's no noise, just pots and pans banging every once in a while. It seems like this place has long been abandoned, and it used to be full of life and happy, but now it's just an echo of the past. I don't know, it's just a great track. But with that, that brings us to the end of what HABRE is. If you liked it, I'd appreciate it if you liked the video and commented your favorite Fear and Hunger OST. I do read every comment, and I'm curious your guys' favorite tracks and why. If you have any theories about HABRE, I would also love to see those in the comments, as I do read them all. Anyway, here's a very stupid edit I made a long time ago.
Donna! Those panties are mine.
I love you all, and I hope to see you next time.